Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have Josh Pearcy. He is an outside linebacker out of Rice University. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, Jim. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Obviously wanted to get a chance to meet you. Come to find out that you're not coming out this season, but really a guy who we need to know for this upcoming year, as I feel like you're really going to shine and improve your stock. So, Josh, if you don't mind, tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us where you're from, and get us started.
Oh, thank you. I want to say, first of all, thank you for having me on this platform and watching you guys for a little bit now. And it's an honor to be up here. Well, just to get into myself, born and raised in a small town in South Jersey, Morristown, New Jersey. Been playing football since I longest remember, right, second grade. So going on 17, 18 years now. Two-parent household, got an older sister. One of the most support group I could ever ask for. They've been with me throughout this entire ride. Committed to Rice, and actually my senior year. Actually, I didn't play my senior year of high school because due to an injury.
Hmm.
And after that came down to it. Rice came like right at the right time. I was deciding between a lot of schools and everything, and Rice came in. I fell in love with it as soon as I visited. Like the combination of just academics, playing on the most competitive scale of football that you can with the world-class degree that you get from a school like Rice. I couldn't think of a better fit, thinking longevity with my decision. So like, and ever since then, like it's been history. Just grinded, worked hard throughout my time there, put myself in the best position for my dreams.
Yeah, I mean, definitely interesting. Again, Morristown, New Jersey, and ended up in Texas.
Mm.
Maybe a little different than perhaps what you grew up with, but obviously it's the place that you've more or less called home for the last several seasons. Um, Neat. Do you want to take us back just briefly? You said that you've been playing the game for a while since you were in like second grade or whatever. But then, of course, played your high school ball at Morristown there in New Jersey. Um, do you have any fond memories that you can share from those days? I know it's been a minute, but anything that you want to share that maybe still sticks with you?
Absolutely. I would have to probably say my junior season. I would say that was probably our best season, like playing there at Morristown. Like it was, grew up playing with the same guy since second grade, like same quarterback, same linebacker, same receivers, same guys grew up playing together, and we were undefeated at the time. I think we're at 4-0, and we're playing. Woodrow Wilson was 3-0. We're the two undefeated teams in South Jersey. Like first televised game, like big deal. Everybody in the area was there, like, and we ended up not coming out on top of the game, but it was a great back and forth game. We ended up making to this the second round of the playoffs that year. And that whole year was, I could say, probably one of my best high school seasons or seasons up to that point ever. Like camaraderie we built there, the memories that we made there. Like I wouldn't change it for the world. So like that junior year, that junior season, probably my best memory there.
Awesome. Obviously, I had to introduce you as an outside linebacker or edge rusher, depending on how you want to look at that. But way back in the day, did you play any offense?
Actually, I played every position that you can think of: wildcat, quarterback, running back, tight end, receiver. I played when I was a kid in second grade. I played O line actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I pretty much played everywhere on the field. Pretty much linebacker, safety. I played corner for probably 2 weeks in practice one time. So like growing up, I played pretty much every position. Just learning the game as my body was changing, my position changed, and I really just found a home with that edge rusher outside linebacker position.
Cool. So again, outside linebacker now at Rice. You kind of talked a little bit about that whole recruiting process and really how they pursued you and gave you that opportunity. But again, yeah, like I said, a little bit of different environment there for you to go from Jersey to down in that area where Rice is at. So. Um, at any event, was there much of a culture clash there that you had to adjust to?
Surprisingly, I would say yes and no, because like when you first get into like playing the college football, you're just thrown into the fire. You're so busy with classes, you're so busy with workouts and runs and learning the playbook. You really don't even have time to think about the homesickness that you're probably experiencing when you're making a transition like that. And culturally, yeah, like coming from Morristown and going to a huge city like Houston, definitely a huge culture shock. But with I didn't say this earlier, but my mom's actually from North Carolina. So I would spend most of my summers growing up going to North Carolina, spending time with family there, and having that southern feel, that southern hospitality, that different environment that is very different from Morristown. I feel like I was very comfortable making that transition just from my family background. My dad being from Philadelphia, another big city. So like having those two backgrounds with me, I feel like made the transition way easier than I feel like it normally would be. But I loved it. I fell in love with Houston. And then the heat was a little bit to get used to at first, but no, I love the heat now too. But yeah, overall, man, like I feel like it's a second home at this point.
Obviously that's the school where you've been for a long time now. That's obviously a place that you have just kind of grown to love. What makes it so special for you?
Really, I would say the people. I would definitely say the people, like some of the bonds and relationships and connections that I made just in my time being here in Houston, like I wouldn't change for the world. And that's really what makes it feel like a separate home, like having my network here, having like people I consider family down here, really, like my teammates, coaches, trainers, just people that you meet from just playing the game. Like I would say that's really what made me feel so comfortable here. Even like it's been a while, but also it hasn't been too long. But like I got comfortable real quick being here is because of the people that the genuine connections that I made here.
Awesome. Great stuff. So let's get to talking about some football. So again, a player who, at least from how I've introduced you, is an outside linebacker slash edge rusher. Talk about that defense there and how you have fit in and what your responsibilities have been since you've come into the fold there.
Yeah, like we play the majority of our snaps in a 4-2-5 defense, like four down, two linebackers, and the kind of like a nickel safety, like safety, a linebacker hybrid that we have at our Viper. So I'm usually playing that weak side edge rusher, I guess you could say weak side DN, a rush that I play most majority of the time. And mostly just responsible, the priority pass rusher in our pass personnel downs. And then we get into a 3-3 stack where I also play that X linebacker, kind of that strong side off the ball linebacker in that front too. So depending on what personnel we're getting, depending what situation we're in, comparing the down and distance, my role can't change. But I would say in our base downs, I'm just that weak side defensive end. And then when we get into when we get spread out a little bit or getting those passing situations, I'm really all over the place.
I mean, definitely have a lot of flexibility, versatility that you bring to the table as a player. So also thinking too, at least per our notes, for when we've scouted you, that you are a big contributor on special teams as well. So
Mm-hmm.
talk about your attitude about special teams and really how you attack that.
Oh, like I love special team. Like that was special team was really what really got my foot in the door and just playing college football. Those are my first reps playing as a freshman. I've always made sure I'm on as much units as I can be, no matter how much I'm playing on defense. And I just attacked it with that mentality, like you got one job on special teams. There's not much thinking to it. Really, just your job and the man in front of you, and your job to succeed in that rep. There's no redo. There's no second down. You got to lock in for that one rep, and like that's what I love about special teams because you can change an entire game. You can change an entire season with just special teams, and it's in my experience where I really like seeing that play out. We've won or lost games just off of one play or just off of just special teams, regardless of what happened on offense and defense. It was special teams that was defining maker in that game. So I take a lot of pride in that. I take a lot of pride in my technique in that. And I take a lot of pride in my success in that because I just know how much it can affect their team and affect their season.
Yeah, great that you obviously put a lot of attention to that. Certainly does change the game, of course. And so, kind of as we've talked, through really what you bring to the table, as an athlete. you also bring some leadership. You're a two-time team captain. I would imagine you're going to be a three-time team captain. What does it mean to you to be a leader for your school, really?
Honestly, it's one of the greatest honors I feel like you could ever receive as a player. To be voted on by your peers, I see you as a leader just by seeing how you move, how you talk, how you work, how you go about your day. It was the greatest honor I could, like I said, the greatest honor I could ever receive. And like really being in that opportunity that I said to coach for your team and really steer the ship. Because like when things aren't going your way, or when things or you're down, or things are tough, or it's a hard workout, or a hard game, or maybe things aren't going as expected, like you're the guy that people turn to. You're the guy that even coaches alike, teammates alike, that you turn to, like set that tone and like make sure you're level headed, so everybody else follow suit and like come out with the goal that we all at hand. So like being in that role and being trusted in that role from my teammates, it's something that I carry with me heavily, and something that I would always carry with me no matter where you go. I feel like a leader can be anyone, regardless of age, regardless of position, regardless of role. Like it's really just someone that does the right things like consistently and comes in every day with the same energy.
Cool. So, obviously, this past season wasn't ideal for you guys, finishing 6-7. But
Mm-hmm.
again, you have an opportunity to come back and maybe switch that up a little bit, man. What's it going to take for you guys to really, improve and, get to a bowl game next season?
For my position, I feel like it's gonna just take everyone buying in and locking in on those little details that I feel like some people that tend to forget in the moment. Like we've lost like to the two of the best teams in our conference by a combination of 7 points, one by five, one by two. So like those little details that happen throughout the game, each play, each quarter, each half, like those are the things that we need to get better at and get better at focusing on when those moments come up. Because there's been a lot of games that have been decided by one or two plays when you look back and watch the film. So like locking in on those details, putting in the extra work, doing more than what the competition is doing more than even what the person next to us is doing. So like having that healthy competition amongst ourselves and buying into the culture that we're building here, I feel like is the best recipe to like really get over that hump that we've been trying to get over.
Yeah, and really the other thing that's happening right now is, um, really the entire landscape of college football is changing.
Mhm.
Obviously, once upon a time, you guys were in Conference USA, recently changed to American Athletic Conference. Teams going here, there, and everywhere. And, what comes with that really is new competition. So, how do you take that? I mean, is that something maybe that drives you more or what?
Absolutely. Always working competition. Like that's a big reason why I even like chose Rice, because we always play those big games. We always open up against Texas. We always open up against USC. Big games like that. I want like, and we embrace that as a team. We embrace that as a team, having that mentality. Like no matter like who we suit up against, like we're there to win. We're there to dominate. So like having that competition going from conference to conference is something that we've been excited about, that we love, and like we just love the opportunity to play on the bigger stage and show that what we can do on a bigger stage.
So let's kind of reflect a little bit. I mean, obviously, you guys have had some great games and great moments. To date, what do you think is like maybe your maybe best game or highlight? Can you walk me through that?
Mm, that's tough. Today, I might have to. Mm, I was okay. One from this year, I would probably say our Charlotte game. Our Charlotte game. I think I just love the way the guys came out. We almost had a shutout that game. We almost had a shutout that game. They ended up scoring at 1 point, but like the way that guys just came out and executed play after play. We had guys like Sean Fresh, our corner, had like a career game. Guys like Trayshawn DeBones, like get a game sealing pick at the end. Like it just felt like things were clicking on our side of the ball, definitely. And then other games like who would I say? I mean, you making me think back on the season now. Good. Houston. I would definitely say that game was a great game for us. Like coming out hard, fast out the gates with coming up 28-0 in the first half. Definitely like shut them down on defense. Got on one on offense at the beginning. Second half, had a little hiccup. They ended up coming back, but then guys like JoJo Jean coming in clutch at the end, making a game-winning PBU at the end, like just sealing that and getting the body buckets on the right side of the city was huge. That was a great moment for us. I feel like it was a great moment for our team and just overall culture and program.
Yeah, I mean, going up against Houston, getting a W, that's awesome. That's an awesome, memory. But again, you have chosen to come back another season. What kind of went into that for you? I mean, can you kind of at least shed a little light as to, what made you, make that decision?
Yeah, like it kind of came down like towards the end of this past season what I was gonna do. I was on the fence whether coming out or staying back in the year, but really just feeling like I had unfinished business at the college level. I felt like I haven't even shown nearly my best football up to this point, and it's been a blessing to be in this position to even be considered. But like I still know like in my deepest heart and just reflecting on myself that I haven't even shown my best football. And being able to play, being moved around in different positions, being able to show teams and scouts like more of what I can do. I felt like I had the opportunity to do coming back and staying at Rice and putting myself in the better positions moving forward. And even on unfinished business on this team. I feel like we have definitely put Rice as a program at a better point than when we all first came in. But I still feel like there's unfinished business, and some of the other guys in my class feel the same way. That's why they ended up deciding to come back too. I can speak for them, but like I can say that there's that mentality that like all right, like we still have more to do, and we're here to do it. And that combined with just certain injuries I may have suffered this past year that like I feel like um not hurt me, but honestly, just like I feel like I can just with a putting my best foot forward, I know I can do it the next season.
Gotcha. Appreciate you sharing all that. I mean, obviously, a lot to look forward to this upcoming season. I do feel like you need some more time dropping into coverage. I think a lot more scouts really would like to see that with you. Um, what I will tell you, when we were scouting you, we had a lot of great things to say about your quickness, again, your versatility, that sort of thing. Very good prospect to look forward to this upcoming year. But Josh, do you want to take some time to meet you really outside of football, if you don't mind? Really meet the guy under the helmet. So talk a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind. Any hobbies, interests, anything else you got going on in life, man. Let me in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I'm really, it's tough. I feel like all football players say that they love football. Like I truly do, but like really just outside of stuff, I would say like it's hard. I'm kind of like a nerd in certain aspects. Like when I'm away from football, when I'm away from school, like I've actually been a fan of. I wouldn't say like a comic book fan, but I'm a big fan of like comic book movies, all the Marvel movies, Star Wars, stuff like that. That's really stuff like I'm actually like interested in. So like I spend like time like watching movies like that, watching movies with my friends, just chilling with my friends, like doing other certain things. I've actually been big in nutrition like my entire life. I've been cooking for myself since I would probably say like the eighth grade, seventh, eighth grade. So like I love to cook. I love to do different researches on just exercise physiology, just learning how the body moves, like learning different workouts to help myself. I'm always researching different ways to improve, even just things outside of football, like just recovery or just saying like different stretches or something that I can do. Like I just love like advancing my knowledge and things like that too. And really just, I'm really a homebody, I would say. Like just I like, sticking to myself sometimes. Like I said, I do like hanging with my friends at times, but really just like advancing my knowledge in certain things I can do to help improve my body, or when I just want to get away from football, like get into some of that comic book stuff.
Just want to piggyback on that real quick. Uh, do you have a favorite Marvel movie or character?
Mm, I would say be basically say Iron Man. I'll probably say Iron Man.
Hey,
Iron
that's
Man's
fair, man. Everybody wants to be a billionaire with money. That's fine. No
probably.
no problem with that one. Uh,
Hmm.
cool. Uh, Josh, the other thing in my notes that I find very interesting is you were able to link up with the WWE and get an NIL deal. And so I don't know exactly what goes into that, but can you elaborate a little bit as to your involvement with them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing with that one, like that was obviously just a blessing that was able to happen, that God was able to put in front of me. But it really just happened by chance. I was just hit up one day on Instagram, and it was in my request, and it was saying like I was talking about the NIL, talking about the opportunity and everything. At first, I don't know, I thought it was fake. I was like, no way, this can't be real. Like, all right. Then I started doing more research into it. Like, all right, this is something like I would really want to pursue. And then they hit me up. I did an interview process. It was actually a long process. I did the interview, waited a few months just to hear back. Waited, I think I was ended up waiting like a couple months, maybe 3 months to actually hear back on what the decision was to make, because they had to go through like a lot of candidates, obviously. So like then I found out I was actually chosen for it, and I was like, man, like this is great. So I did more research on it, talked to them more about it, looked at like what was involved, and like decided it was something I would really want to be a part of. I feel like it's a way to help like branch off, you know, get my face more in front of new different people and to branch off into a different audience. And even, you know, touch down a little like to my own childhood, the kind of nostalgia that I grew up watching like all that stuff when I was younger. So like being able to get reconnected with that, I felt like it was a great opportunity.
Cool. So again, just want to continue that questioning here. Again, as a person who grew up a fan, um, who are you a big fan of, either back then or right now?
I haven't been kept keeping up with it too much right now with everything going on. But when I was a kid, man, I was like Jeff Hardy, The Undertaker, Randy Orton, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, if I'm saying it right, Rey Mysterio, all those guys, Kane, like those are the big guys when I was coming up. So like I was huge fans of the guy. I'd probably say my favorite, it was probably Jeff Hardy. If I'm not gonna lie, it was probably Jeff Hardy. Like, yeah, I'll probably say him.
So, and I'll throw this your way too. Let's say, Josh, you have an opportunity to choose a tag team partner from your team there at Rice.
Mhm.
Who's going to get in the ring with you up against some competition, man? Who would you win a tag championship with?
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I would probably say, I would probably say, Coleman Coco. Coleman Coco. He brings that energy. He brings that juice. So like, that's definitely something I want to have in the ring with me.
Awesome. Nice to be able to at least talk up some of your boys there, at Rice University. So, um, again, you're coming back another year, which is great. You'll have an opportunity to further your stock, and hopefully by this time next year, we're going to be talking about you, going to All-Star games and making headlines here, there, and everywhere. But uh, as we kind of close up shop, tell us what to expect next season, man. Close up with your final thought.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Expect to see a lot of me. You know, expect to see me like really seeing a totally different player. I switched numbers. I'm going to be number 5. I always play with number 12. I'm going to be number 5 now. So really just expect to see a different guy up there. Same mentality, same motor, same guy that's going to bring that juice every play in and play out. That's never going to back down. But also see a guy like doing different things. You know, like being able to like show my versatility, show my ability to rush the passer. Someone that's going to pop in the film that's going to be around the ball, cover it like side of the sideline, reading plays more, reading offenses more, like really just being around that ball. Expect to see that. I would say like getting off my blocks, getting back into coverage, lashing on the guys, making plays and all over the field. Like expect to see that. And expect to see a player that's gonna jump out on film.
Awesome. And again, a great leader, for your team, for your defense, and for your school. So, wish you the very best of luck with everything that you have going on. Stay healthy, and I hope to see you at this upcoming fall. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
No problem. Again, we have Josh Pearcy, outside linebacker, Rice University. Check him out this season.